Hey, how are you guys doing? So as we know, this is the 10th episode of the anime which just recently aired. So as normal, you can go and vote in the poll to see which is your favorite girl after this episode. This episode is, of course, likely to be focusing on you, but we are not expecting to see a new song here, and well, that is going to be the case. But nevertheless, it's still focusing on you, so we'll have to see if she ends up winning this episode or not, especially because she's been struggling. And we'll have to see how the other girls stay in contention, even though it's not their episode anymore. There is no free ultra rare this time around. Instead, you'll just get 10 of these. You need 30s to limit break an ultra of your choice. I guess that's something. And there is no new song, of course. But Sky Neo Map now has the MV playing, but it's still 2D, so I guess that's cool. So jumping to the episode, we start with Katsumi Nakasu getting a 22 of 100. Obviously, a really bad grade. But she's like, oh, yeah, it's cute. And, Katsumi likes being cute and all. But that's like, lol, who cares about grades? Grades are for nerds. Let's go celebrate our summer. And the girls are like, yeah, who cares about school? So then they decide to go to the very exotic location for their training camp, their very own school. As you can see, this is a very different location and very important for their training. And well, they don't have like a monkey or a Mari to finance them and give them a lot of money, so they said they'll just go here. So then they start off by having every girl cooking. We have Kanata, who makes a nice pizza. We have Emma, who has all this cheese dip and veggies. And of course, we have Katsumi, who is making her sweets as normal. And then we have Setsuno, who, let's just say that's probably not a great soup. And she is not very talented in this section. So, of course, we have other girls make some other stuff. So we have chips, I think, from and they all eat the food in picnic, and it's all good and stuff. And then Setsuno's trap is fixed by Kanata, who decides to season it a little better. Let's go with that. And so they after this, they're talking about the whole point of the training, which they're going to start tomorrow, is to be able to show themselves Oz and go crazy with Dire Fest and all that. And I was like, well, I can be punny and stuff. And then, of course, they ask you, who's not performing, what she wants to see, but I don't know, she kind of gets a pretty generic answer of like, whatever you guys do, I'll like it, almost. So then we have this scene where I just thought was kind of cute, where Ayumu and Yu is like, let's stay together forever, and then they're like, Grandma, Ayumu. Meanwhile, back in the room, we have the first years. We have Shizuku, who's trying to play a game, and also he's struggling, and then Kasumi's like, come here, I got something fun that we can do. Then we find that Ayumu comes back in the room, can't find you, and then Setsu's like, oh, the first years are also missing, so let's go look out for them. So I also follows because she got the text, and then she sees the first years who are in costumes here, trying to scare everyone else. And I guess those are pretty key costumes here. And then we see Kasumi, who's in kind of a vampire outfit, and we can see that she has a fang, which of course, I don't know if it's anything to do with foreshadowing with Shueiko, probably not, but I just figured I'd mention that. And then Kasumi's like, I'm gonna bring you into this eye. So we'll have to see how that goes. And then we have you, who's playing the piano version of Chase, and I guess who's gonna come here. Of course, it's Setsuna, because it's the song and all. But they end up going and discussing how that Setsu's like, I'm only in Idol just because of you, and you kind of inspired me to be an Idol again. And then Yu's like, but you inspired me. So I guess a circle of inspiration, I guess. And then Setsu's like, I'm going to support you, whatever you love. And then I guess she touches a piano. And then we have this moment. And then who spots this moment? Of course, we find Ayumu, who had spotted this moment. So I guess that puts all these ships in a interesting situation. So obviously, Ayumu's going to look at this and she's really shocked. I guess we might have something where we have like Yo in Sunshine moment where it was like, yo, do you like even care about me, Chico, and such? I don't know. But at least I guess that's the kind of image it gives off when you kind of see that kind of face, as she looks devastated. And we have Ai, who decides to turn off the lights, where all the third years are putting on makeup, as we can see, and their makeup ends up scaring all the first years, who runs back out. And then Setsuna figure out what's going on, and she's kind of mad, so she goes into the student council president mode and tries to shut them all down, and all the girls are a little scared of that. And then they all decide to go to sleep. Kasumi's like, I got something to show you, and then Setsuna sleep just destroys Kasumi. The next day, we have the girls at them actually training, which is just them running around. And Cosmo, this is boring. So now it's like, well, I got an idea. Amazing pun by I. So they decided to play tag. So I guess that's a great way to get some running in, but also being fun. You get dragged into this, and then Cosmo decides to hide out here. And then we have I, who's using a water gun to play tag, I guess, if that works. And then we have Kanata, who's sleeping, and then he's like, oh, you shouldn't be sleeping here. And Kanata's like, I wasn't sleeping. So she ends up putting you in prison, and that's literally what that sign says, prison. So Yu is now in prison because she ended up getting caught, but while she's in there, she's taking a look at the laptop and she's looking at Diver Fest performances, especially with all the other schools. Of course, we had the Shinonome Academy, and she's looking through the comments of all of them talking about Toho Academy and Himeno. So as you can see, she is kind of interested to see how all these girls, especially these people who just seem to not know anything about school idols, suddenly be raving about it. But she gets interrupted, and the rest of the girls end up getting caught. And they're like, I'm covered in sweat, so what should I do? Obviously, they're gonna go swimming. So this is, everyone has their swimming outfit, so if you wanted to take a look at that. And then Kan's like, whoa, Setsuno, you have a swimsuit? Whoa. Very interesting for the student council present here. But anyways, these girls just, chill around in the pool, have fun, and have some floats here. And I guess they have, I has her water gun again. I guess she is gonna attack everybody with that. But they had them having fun, and then I don't know if I want to call that training, but just a bunch of montages of them chilling. And I guess Rina still has her board here, even when she's swimming. Meanwhile, Ayumu and Yu have a conversation, and I just thought it was pretty interesting how she lives his dream with you, which of course is a reference to literally the song Dream With You, which is Ayumu's first solo song. And during the conversation, they end up having fireworks go off, which I guess that's convenient. Not all summer festivals tend to have fireworks, so I guess that's what's going on here. Honestly, really pretty great work. I just thought this was nice to see, and it was really well animated here. But during the conversation, Yu ends up having this kind of realization that she wants to have a concert, kind of like Beer Fest, where there's just a bunch of different idols here, and be able to show how great idols are. And that's including the other schools. Of course, their school, but they're talking about Shinonome and Toho, which they have done a wit. And she thinks she could end up helping out with this, even though she's not an idol herself, but she thinks she's able to do this. And she wants to call this the School Idol Festival. So instead of Love Live, which I guess is more of a competition, this is just more of kind of a festival to show off idols, which is kind of interesting because that's literally what we had that mobile game, Love Live School Festival. So I mean, maybe she means make the mobile app game, but that is, I think it's kind of an interesting differentiation. Instead of going for a competition, they're just here to spread out the love of the girls. So instead of focusing on Love Live, they're going to have School Idol Festival. So I think this was a very interesting differentiation, but we'll have to see how this plays out. But the rest of the girls seem to be in agreement that this is going to be a very interesting idea to go forth with. And then after that, you suggested that they'll have a pill throwing contest, so I guess that's going to be queen of that, I guess. So next, we get a little preview of the next episode, which if you look at the title, we have black and pink, so at least focus on you, especially when it's called Everyone's Dream, My Dream. We have that about dreams. We have Karin here, of course, with Himeno, I believe, and we have you here, which is something to do with music, I guess, and then we have Setsuno, who is sweating here, obviously indicating some kind of struggle here. I don't know if that's going to be anything with Shiriko yet, so we'll have to see if that's going to be something that's going to be there. But of course, this is the end of Yu's episode, and not really a whole lot changed for her. Like, we got to see a lot of girls go do some training, I guess, and you decided, also not to perform a song, but try to put together a school festival, which does talk about some future development, and we'll see if that's going to be done before the end of the season, which I imagine it would. And this, of course, is the first episode where we actually didn't get a new song from Love Live Nijigasaki High School Idol Club Anime, which, I mean, getting a new song every episode has been pretty fantastic so far, so I guess It's a shame that we didn't get a new episode, but this is far more than we've been getting in any anime ever from Love Live, so I guess it's not the end of the world. And we still should get 2 more songs, or at least 1 song, should I say, and then another song's going to be packed into the single. So probably just 1 more song here, which is going to, of course, be with the whole group. The question is, will you perform? It looks like no. Like, you just seems to be inspired and wants to support idols, but doesn't really look like she wants to sing herself. So, I don't know, at most she can be on stage performing with them, but I don't think we're going to ever see her singing, even though we do know to say he was very capable of that. But let me know what you guys think about this episode, and what do you think the future has for you. And of course, what do you think about what's going to happen in the next episode, which looks like Ayumu and maybe you, because it was with black and pink, so it might be a dual focus episode. But let me know what you think is going to happen there. And when do you think that this song's going to happen? Maybe episode 12 seems about right. So not next episode, but the episode after that. And we'll have to see if Shioriko comes in play. We don't know if she will, but at some point we imagine she should show up. So we'll have to see if she does show up towards the end of here. And if that scene with Setsuna does imply that. So let me know what you guys think about this episode and what you think is going to happen. And of course, vote in the poll, which is linked in the description. See how these girls have moved up or down in your personal rankings, and we can get the overall results after that. The poll will close on Wednesday, so make sure you get your vote in. Thank you guys for watching, and I hope to catch you guys in another video soon.